The Queen's ultimatum. Kneel or die. His answer, a quiet smile. Elias Rourke halted precisely at the crimson line etched into the throne room floor. Towering pillars of iridescent crystal loomed overhead, but he kept his gaze level, fixed on the dais ahead. Queen Vyra Keth rose from her throne of coiled spines. Her multifaceted eyes gleamed under the chamber's hovering lumens. "Envoy Rourke," she intoned, voice amplified by the room's acoustics. "You stand before the eternal throne. Kneel or die." The court records this choice eternally. Silence crashed down. Hundreds of courtiers, scaled, feathered, chitin-plated, leaned forward from tiered benches. Elias felt the weight of their stares, a prickling on his skin like static charge. He smiled. Quiet, steady. Murmurs rippled through the assembly. Queen Vera's crest flared slightly, a ripple of violet scales betraying surprise. "With respect, Majesty," Elias said, voice calm and even. "The Treaty of Epsilon Parity exempts accredited diplomats from local submission rights. Article 7, Clause 4, I stand as equal envoy, not subject." A high arbiter Salm uncoiled from his perch beside the throne. The jurist's elongated fingers unrolled a holographic scroll, its glyphs flickering blue. "Precedent denies this claim." Salm rasped, his voice a dry scrape. "Human treaties bow to Keth's sovereignty in the throne chamber. Refusal constitutes capital insult." Guards, armored sentinels clanked forward from alcoves, plasma lances humming to life, their faceted helmets locked onto Elias. Captain Mara Dane shifted at his flank, her hand hovering near her concealed stunner, eyes scanning exits. Elias didn't flinch. He raised one hand, palm open. "Arbiter Selden, invoke the full clause. Parity includes ritual exemptions during active negotiations. Our delegation arrives under that banner." Selden's scroll pulsed red. "Negotiations commence post-submission." He twisted words like a void worm. Envoy Tarek Voss slithered forward from the rival benches, his serpentine tail coiling smugly. "Humans mock our ways. This defiance fractures the court. Purge the insult, Majesty, before hardliners revolt." Queen Vera silenced him with a raised talon. Her eyes narrowed on Elias. "You claim parity, human. Prove it holds here, or your corpse seals the treaty's irrelevance." Elias met her gaze. "Parity isn't proven by knees on stone, Majesty. It's proven by results. Our fleet holds at the system edge. 5 cruisers, per protocol. They monitor this feed. Force ends talks. Mutual gain begins now." Courtiers hissed. Tarek bared fangs. "Threats. He admits aggression." Mara's voice cut low. "For Elias only. Guards at 10 meters. My team's in the antechamber. Say the word." "Hold," Elias murmured. He stepped forward one pace, crossing the line without kneeling. Gasps echoed. Guards halted, lances twitching. Selm scroll word. "Trespass. Execute." "Arbiter." Elias projected his datapad's holo contract, its seals glowing gold. "Review subclause 9B. Voluntary waiver requires mutual assent. No assent given." "Log it." The jurist froze. His fingers danced over the scroll. Glyphs shifted, debating in streams of light. The court held its breath. Queen Vera leaned forward. "Bold, human. My jurists chain empires with such clauses. You unravel them with a smile?" "Clauses chain chaos, Majesty," Elias replied, "not allies. Kneeling proves fear. Standing proves trust." Tarek lunged into the fray. "Lies. He provokes crisis to claim victimhood. Rally the ministries. Expel humans before they poison the alliance." Murmurs swelled to a roar. A faction of hardline courtiers rose, crests flaring in unison. Palace guards fanned out, forming a cordon. Mara tensed beside Elias, contingency alpha. "Extract now?" "Not yet." Elias kept his stance open, hands visible. He addressed the Queen directly. "Majesty, your rule thrives on stability. My kneel buys you nothing but resentment from my worlds. Rejected, and rivals like Envoy Voss gain leverage. Accept parity, and we negotiate trade routes that bind systems, yours included." Vera's talon tapped her throne arm. Click, click. Her eyes flicked to Sel. The arbiter retracted his scroll. "Subclause validates waiver. Logged." Tarek recoiled. "What?" "Override it." "Precedent binds me," Selin snapped. Human stands lawfully. Guards powered down lances. Courtiers shifted. Whispers turning curious. Queen Vera descended one step. Her presence dwarfed Elias. Pheromones thick with authority. You refuse my ritual. Yet you do not rage. Do not flee. Why? Elias held her stare. Fear submits. Respect endures. We've ships that outrun your scouts, minds that code unbreakable encryptions, but we kneel to partners, not rulers. Partner with us, Majesty, or watch Voss fracture your court while we withdraw. Tarek hissed. Insolence. Majesty, seize him. Silence. Vera's command froze the room. She circled Elias slowly, tail brushing the floor. Humans, so fragile in form. Steel in will. Your Mara restrains violence. You wield words as weapons. Mara nodded once, her posture unyielding. Protocol, Majesty. We protect talks. Vera halted before Elias. The line remains. You crossed it. What now? Elias extended his datapad. Now, we talk terms. Parity proven. Trade packs next. A smile cracked her scaled lips, not mockery, but calculation. Arrogant, intriguing. Sit, Envoy Rourke, as equal. Courtiers erupted in debate. Tarek slunk back, glaring daggers. Selm logged the shift. Guards withdrew. Mara exhaled softly. Clean exit. Elias took the offered seat at dais level. No kneel. No death. But as Vera signaled servants with data slates, Tarek caught Elias's eye from the shadows. The rival envoy's coils tightened, promising retaliation. The real crisis brewed not in blades, but in the whispers now turning against the old ways. Read the statute, Elias said, live. From the source. High Arbiter Selm recoiled on his pedestal perch. His multifaceted eyes narrowed, coils shifted beneath his robes. The grand court of Queen Dereketh hushed. Thousands of aliens packed the vaulted chamber, scales glinting under crystal lights, tails flicking in anticipation. Selm's claws tapped his data slate. Envoy Rourke, the right of submissioning binds all petitioners. Tradition demands kneel. Tradition? Elias kept his voice level. He stood straight amid the encircling guards, no flinch. Call it a contract. Cite the legal source, article and verse. Queen Vera leaned forward on her throne dais. Her crown of iridescent spines caught the light. She watched Elias like a predator sizing prey. Captain Mara Dane flanked him, hand near her stun baton, eyes scanning the crowd. Selin hissed softly. Cathari Code, Volume 7, Right 4.2. All envoys to the Veil shall prostrate before the sovereign to affirm hierarchy and avert fracture. Public display cements rule. Elias nodded once. Source code displayed? Verified? The Arbiter projected the text on the chamber's central holoscreen. Glowing runes scrolled. Courtiers murmured approval. Good. Elias stepped forward. Guards tensed but held. Now the exceptions. Read them. Selin's tail lashed. Irrelevant. You petition trade alliance. Kneel or withdraw. Exceptions first. Elias met the Queen's gaze. Majesty, your law binds me only if complete. Vera's lips curled. Amusement? Calculation? Indulge him, Selm. Humans twist words like vines. The Arbiter scrolled reluctantly. Right 4.3. Exemptions for sovereign equals or those under emergency clause. Emergency clause? Elias echoed. Mara shifted beside him, whispering into her comm. Transmit now. Selin seized it. Precisely. Crisis looms. Human presence destabilizes court. I invoke Right 4.3, protective custody as compliance substitute. Guards, escort Envoy Rourke to holding vault. There, he submits in isolation. Guards surged forward. Scales rasped on stone. Courtiers cheered. Envoy Tarek Voss slithered from the shadows, his rival coils gleaming. Yes, lock the mammal away. Prove our strength, Majesty. Elias didn't retreat. Captain Dane, aye. Mara tapped her wrist unit. A low hum filled the air, her suit broadcasting. Formal protest transmitting. All embassy channels. Sol Alliance, Cathari Fringe Worlds, neutral observers. Copy to United Veil Council. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Vera's spines flared. Protest? You defy open court? Procedure, Elias said calmly. Your law allows it. Clause 7.1, Diplomatic immunity during right disputes. No custody without my consent. Seln sputtered. Twisted. Emergency supersedes. Prove it. Elias extended his datapad, mirroring the holoscreen. Cross-reference live. My encryption verifies sources. Yours? The Arbiter froze. His slate flickered, syncing unwillingly. Matches glowed green, no discrepancies. Tarek Voss shoved through retainers. Lies. This human mocks us. He raised claws to the crowd. Chant for justice. Execution for defiance. Majesty, show strength, or hardliners rise. The chamber erupted. Execute. Tails thrashed. Fangs bared. A thrown chalice shattered near Mara's boot. Mara stepped in front, the baton humming active. Stand down. One move, we extract. Guards hesitated. Vera slammed her scepter. Thunder cracked from amplifiers. Silence crashed down. Enough. The Queen rose, her shadow engulfed Elias. Voss, your provocation reeks of ambition. Seln, your clause fails verification. Tarek coiled back, eyes bulging. Majesty. Silence. Vera circled Elias slowly. Her tail brushed his shoe. Testing. He held still. Human. You wield law like a blade. No fear. No rage. Why stand? Elias met her stare. Fear breaks alliances. Respect builds them. Kite your right as contract, Majesty. Mutual terms. Or it's void. Courtiers whispered. Seln logged furiously. Mara monitored channels. Pings lit her display. Embassies responding. Vera halted inches away. Her breath hissed warm across his face. Protective custody denied? Denied. Elias confirmed. Protest logged. Fleet on standby. Her spines relaxed a fraction. Bold. Your Mara restrains blades. You restrain chaos. Mara nodded curtly. Diplomacy first. Always. Tarek. Hissed from the sidelines. Weakness. The court sees. Vera whirled. You see opportunity, Voss. Stir arrest to climb. Be gone. The rival envoy slunk away, coils dragging. Crowd murmurs shifted. Doubt now. Seln cleared his throat. Majesty, precedent. Precedent evolves. Vira returned to Elias. Right demands submission. You offer parity. Prove it holds. Elias tapped his datapad. Trade schematics projected, resource flows, security packs, partners enforce stability. No fractures. She studied the holo. Claws traced lines. Your ships outrun ours. Encryption's unbreakable. Yet you stand unarmed. Words suffice. He waited. Vera signaled guards. They withdrew spears. Sit, Envoy Rourke, at dais level. No kneel. Elias took the seat. No triumph. Just resolve. Mara stood post behind him. Courtiers debated fiercely. Seln amended logs. Tarek vanished into shadows, whispering to hardliners. But as servants brought data slates for terms, Elias caught Vera's glance. Calculation deepened. Whispers spread. Humans bent law without breaking it. The crisis simmered. Not sparked. Respect took root. Vera leaned close during first negotiations. Your calm unnerves, human. Cathari rule through display. Elias signed a minor accord. Scout lane access. Humans rule through results. Watch. Hours. Debates sharpened. Mara intercepted 2 protests. Tarek's plants. Neutralized quietly. Cell tested again. Right 5.1 requires oath seal kneel for final pact. Elias countered. Cross volume 9. Interstellar equity. Equals exchange seals standing. Verification held. Crowd thinned. Some swayed. Tarek rallied stragglers outside. Chants echoed faintly. Mara patched feeds. Hardliner ships mobilizing. Vera noticed. Voss fractures as you predicted. Partner with us, Elias said. Contain him. She sealed the scout pack standing. No kneel. Courtier split. Half applauded, but Tarek burst back, flanked by armored loyalists. Betrayal! Majesty yields to mammals. Guards clashed. Mara activated shields. Force bubble hummed. Elias rose. Majesty, call them off. Where embassies witness civil war, Vera roared. Her voice amplifiers boomed. Loyalists halted. Tarek lunged. Prove strength, kill him. Vira's tail struck. Tarek crumpled, stunned. Treason, arbiter, log, exile. Sullen complied, defeated. Silence fell. Vera faced Elias. Your way holds. For now. Full trade tomorrow. Elias nodded. Agreed. Mara exhaled, clean. As they exited under guard escort, not custody, whispers followed. Old rights cracked. Humans endured. But Tarek's glare from a cell feed promised more. Crisis averted. Next brood in shadows. Vera summoned Elias alone next dawn. No court. Private chamber. You upended protocol, she said. Tea steamed between them. Human blend. Imported. Procedure, Elias replied. Your law allowed. She laughed, scales rippling. Ketheri fear loss of face. You stripped it bare. Face earned, not demanded. Negotiations accelerated. Mara coordinated fleet reposition. Subtle show. Selen audited every clause. Found no flaws. Tarek's faction splintered. Exile broke them. By cycle's end, major pact signed. Standing. Vera clasped his forearm. Cathari equal gesture. Respect given. Not feared. Elias returned it. Partners. Fleet channels buzzed. Success. No kneel. No war. But as shuttle lifted, Mara scanned scopes. Tarek's rogue ship fled system. Retaliation later, she said. Elias watched stars. We'll handle. Calmly. Captain Meradane's voice cut through the throne room tension. Holster weapons. Hands visible. Now. Her team complied instantly. Marines snapped sidearms into place. Palms opened empty toward the Cathari guards circling closer. Scales bristled on the aliens' hides. Claws extended. Elias Rourke watched from the delegation's flank. His pulse stayed even. Queen Veraketh loomed on her dais, tail coiled like a spring. Her eyes, golden slits, fixed on him. Human, kneel at the oathstone, or your fleet burns. High Arbiter Selen leaned forward, data slate glowing. Protocol demands it. Precedent, Article 47. Submission cements alliance. Envoy Tarek Voss smirked from the sidelines. His faction murmured approval. Hardliners shifted, eager for blood. Elias stepped forward alone. Boots echoed on polished stone. He extended his wrists, palms up. Record this. Nonviolence on holocam. No threat from Terra. Guards lunged. Rough bindings snapped around his forearms. Cold metal bit skin. They yanked him toward the oathstone, a jagged obsidian pillar at the chamber's heart. Hollow screens flickered alive around it, broadcasting to every Cathari world. The crowd roared. Thousands packed the galleries. Loyalists chanted Vera's name. Tarek pumped a fist. Elias twisted against the pull. Not to fight, to center himself. Chains rattled. He planted his feet. Majesty. Treaty Clause 12, Subsection 4. Dispute invokes tribunal clock. 60 cycles. No ritual until resolved. Guards froze. Vera's amplifiers hummed. Recite it. Elias met her gaze. Voice steady. He quoted from memory. In event of ceremonial impasse, invoking party requests High Arbiter review. Clock starts on demand. All force halts. I demand it now. SLC's clause tapped his slate furiously. He speaks true. Clause embedded in trade appendix. Signed last cycle. Tarek shoved forward. Lies. Chain him fully. Break the upstart. Vera's tail lashed air. Silence, Voss, Arbiter. Verify. Seln's frills drooped. Verified. Clock activates. 60 cycles. The guards released Elias's arms but looped chains through oathstone rings. They hauled slack tight. Metal clanged. Elias stood chained, wrists level with his chest. Holocam zoomed in. Galaxy watched. Pain flared in his shoulders. He ignored it. Breathed deep. These chains. Evidence of coercion. Tribunal sees ritual as threat to free negotiation, not stability. Vera descended 2 steps. Her shadow engulfed him. You dare? Cathari rule demands kneel. Without it, factions fracture. War inside my houses. Elias held still. Chains tugged with his slightest shift. Respect isn't chained, Majesty. It's built. Clause gives time. Use it. Mara edged closer. hand still visible, her eyes locked on Elias. Signal. Hold. Tarek circled wide. Whispered to hardliners. One guard glanced his way. Hesitated. Sullen cleared his throat. Per clock, no oaths, proceed. Broadcast pauses. Private recess? Vera's jaws parted. Steam hissed from vents. No, let systems see. Human stands. Galleries hushed. Whispers spread. A noble house banner dipped. Subtle descent. Elias felt sweat trickle. Chains chafed. But his voice projected calm. Majesty, release proves strength. Force proves fear. Her tail tip flicked. Close enough to strike. It hovered. You equate my throne to weakness? Thrones endure questions. They crumble under chains. Tarek barked laughter. He mocks you. Strike. Vira whirled. You provoke chaos, Voss. For your climb. Guards seized Tarek. He thrashed. Treason. For this. Cell nodded. Logged. Exile. Pending. Elias watched Tarek dragged out. Opportunity seized, but Vira turned back. Eyes narrowed. Tribunal convenes dawn cycle. You remain bound till then. Test your calm. Chains yanked taut as guards tested anchors. Elias flexed wrists. Metal groaned but held, agreed. Clock ticks. Mara's team formed a loose wall behind him. No moves, just presence. Hours blurred. Galleries thinned. Hollow feeds droned, legal repeats. Elias stood. Muscles burned. He shifted weight. Recited treaties in his head. Stayed visible. Unbroken. Vera retired to her alcove. Watched via screen. Her advisors clustered. Voices leaked. Humans don't kneel. Factions waver. Mara murmured low. Fleet on standby. Say word. No, Elias whispered. This wins it. Dawn glow filtered through crystal vaults. Tribunal assembled. Cellnet head. Neutral houses flanked. Vera presided. Unyielding. Elias's arms screamed. Chains dulled to numb ache. He straightened as they approached. Selen unrolled protocols. Evidence. Binding without clock consent. Coercion proven. Gasps rippled. Vera's frills flattened. My order. Violates Clause 12. Selman toned. Ruling. Ritual voided. Trade proceeds sans kneel. Tarek's feed patched in from cell. Rigged. Humans cheat! Selen muted him. Exile confirmed. Guards unlocked Elias. Chains pooled at his feet. He rubbed wrists. Red welts bloomed. Nodded to Vira. Partners now? She rose. No roar. Clock bought time. You bought face. Tail extended. Grip invitation. Elias clasped it. Firm. Equal. Mara exhaled. Team holstered fully. No shots fired, but as escorts formed, not arrests. Elias caught Tarek's glare on a side monitor. Faction remnants slipped gallery shadows. Outside, shuttle bay hummed. Mara scanned scopes. Clean exit, but rogue signals ping outer lanes. Elias boarded. Rubbed wrists. Tarek's move next. We'll counter. Procedure first. Vera's voice echoed chamber-wide as doors sealed. Humans endure. Stars streaked. Crisis bent, not broken. Private summons came mid-jump. Vera's channel. Rourke. T awaits. Explain your calm. Elias smiled faint. Earned paths, Majesty. Negotiations, reignited. Fleet held position. Show, not threat. Selen poured clauses. Flawless. Tarek's ship bolted system edge. Mara tracked. Retaliation vector. Log it, Elias said. Tribunal evidence. Pact sealed, cycles end. Vera clasped forearm again. Public. Respect given. Shuttle lifted true. Whispers followed. Old rights cracked. But scopes pinged rogue wake. Tarek fled. Shadows brewed. Elias watched void. Calm held. Resilience waited. Elias slammed his palm on the tribunal podium. Start the countdown, High Arbiter Selen. Name the 3 adjudicators now. Selen's frilled crest flared. His claws scraped the obsidian slab. The chamber's holographic seals flickered under the palace's crimson lights. Elias stood chained but unbowed, wrists raw from the links. Mara flanked him, her stance rigid, hand near her holster. Queen Vera loomed on her throne dais, tail coiled like a spring. Envoy Tarek Voss smirked from the rival envoy's perch. his scales gleaming with opportunistic sheen. Sel's voice rasped through the translator. Human Rourke. Protocol demands you initiate. Elias leaned forward, eyes locked. Article 47 of the Keth Concordance. Tribunal countdown begins on demand of the accused. Aim them aloud or forfeit jurisdiction. Murmurs rippled through the gallery. Vera's guards shifted, pikes humming. Seln's eyes narrowed to slits. He accessed his neural implant with a twitch. Adjudicators. Lord Kress of the Hardline faction. Matriarch Lyra of the Purity Enclave. And myself. High Arbiter Sel. Countdown starts, Elias said. 72 cycles until hearing. Record it. Seln's crest wilted slightly. He stamped the podium. A chime echoed chamber-wide. Hollow timers bloomed in mid-air. 71, 59, 47. The gallery erupted in hisses. Vera rose, her silhouette blotting the vaulted arches. Silk robes whispered against her armored underlay. Enough. Her voice cut like a vibroblade. The human twists law to his will. We turn theater to truth. She extended a claw toward the arena feeds. Hearing relocates to the grand crucible. Full spectacle. All casts witness. Elias's pulse stayed even. He noted Mara's subtle nod. Her team had already mapped the arena's vents and sightlines. Tarek's smirk widened. The hardliners would pack the stands. Objection, Elias said. Arena violates neutral venue clause. Overruled. Vera's tail lashed once. Stability demands display. Submit or shatter. Sullen bowed low. As Majesty decrees. Guards hauled Elias back to holding. Chains clinked. Mara matched their stride. Her bootfalls measured. Arena's a kill box, she murmured. But we've got drones prepositioned. Procedure first, Elias replied. He activated his wrist pad subpoena function before the dampeners kicked in. High Arbiter Seln, I demand palace sensor logs from Cycle 2047, Hour 19, full spectrum, and unedited audio of the Queen's ultimatum to Neil. The pad pinged confirmation. A hollow receipt beamed to the tribunal net. Elson's acknowledgement stuttered back. Received. In the dim antechamber, Elias paced the 5-meter cell. Mara stood guard at the energy grate. Logs will show Vera's exact words. No, or else threat. Just ritual demand. Proves no coercion. Captain Dane checked her scope. Tarek's already lawyering with hardliners. Voss wants you broken public. Elias nodded. He'll try. Across the palace in the shadowed scriptorium, Tarek Voss slipped a data crystal into a junior archivist's pouch. The youth's scales paled, but his claws snatched it. Logs vanish, Tarek hissed. Frame it as glitch. Human tampering. The archivist nodded, frills quivering. For the faction's purity, Tarek vanished into the ducts before patrols rounded. Countdown. 48, 22, 14. Elias reviewed schematics on his pad. Mara patched in shuttle scopes. Fleet holding geosync. No aggression vectors. Vera's own armada mirrored them, a tense ballet. A chime. Selden's face hollow flickered. Rourke. Logs corrupted. Archival glitch. Peering proceeds without. Elias's jaw tightened, but his voice stayed level. Glitch? Subpoena mandates backups. Produce them, or I move for mistrial. Selden's crest twitched. Arena awaits. 24 cycles. The link died. Mara cursed softly. Sabotage. Prove it. Elias tapped his pad. Request forensic audit. Best of Hurst Voroth. 279. Keth versus Voroth. Ping. Sellen's refusal beamed back. Denied. Arena spectacle supersedes. Elias stood. Time to walk the venue. Guards escorted them to the Grand Crucible's undercroft. Vast sands gleamed under floodlamps. Tiered seats carving the crater walls. Hollow barriers shimmered at the rim. Vera's banners snapped in the recycled winds. Mara scanned. Choke points at gates 3 and 7. Our extract window, 90 seconds post-ruling. Elias nodded, eyes on the royal box. Vera would preside central, hardliners flanking. Tarek appeared on an upper gantry, whispering to cloaked figures. His gaze met Elias's. Predatory. Countdown. 12 hours, 4 minutes, and 9 seconds. Dawn cycle broke. Crowds poured in. Scales of every caste, from drone laborers to elite warriors. Chants rose. Kneel or fracture. Elias entered the arena floor, unchained now, Mara at his side. No weapons. Per right. Sellen's podium descended from the haze. Vera materialized in her box, flanked by Cress and Lyra. Hardline crests flared proud. Tribunal convenes, she intoned. Human Rourke accused of defying sacred right. Penalty, exile, or submission. Elias stepped to the mark. Not defiance. Clarification. Logs prove, logs lost, Cress growled. You're doing? Prove it. Elias faced Selm. Audit the glitch. Or declare bias. Gallery jeered. Selm hesitated. Vera's tail signaled. Audit granted, but proceed. Forensic drones hummed out, interfacing archives. Elias waited, breath steady. Tarek edged closer on his tier, neural prod concealed. Mara tensed. Incoming provocation. Drone chime, anomaly detected. External tampering, archivist trace, envoy Voss. Gasps, swept the stands. Tarek bolted. Lies. Guards swarmed him. Vera's eyes locked on Elias. No rage. Calculation. Selm cleared his frills. Tampering confirmed. Logs restored. Play ultimatum. Hollow bloomed massive. Vera's voice. Raw audio. Kneel and fealty. Trade follows. No threat. No. Or die. Gallery fell silent. Elias spoke into the hush. Respect earned, not extracted. Partners stand equal. Vera rose slow. Clock bought time. You bought face. She extended her tail. Elias clasped it. But as cheers mixed with hisses, Mara whispered, Scopes ping. Tarek's allies arming shadows. Crisis bent. Not broken. Countdown reset to 0. Tribunal voided, but rogue signals spiked outer lanes. Tarek's faction fractured, yet remnants plotted. Elias boarded the shuttle, rubbing wrists. Vera's voice echoed. Humans endure. Stars streaked. Private summons pinged mid-jump. Rourke. T awaits. Explain your calm. He smiled faint. Earned paths, Majesty. Negotiations reignited. Fleet held. Show, not strike. Sal poured clauses. Flawless now. Tarek's ship bolted system edge. Mara tracked. Retaliation vector. Log it, Elias said. Next tribunal's evidence. Pact sealed cycles end. Vira clasped forearm public. Respect given. Whisper spread. Old rights cracked. Shuttle lifted true. Elias watched void. Calm held. Shadows brewed. Resilience waited. In the jump lane, alarms blared. Rogue drones decloaked. Hardliner suicide swarm. Mara punched evasive. Tarek's parting gift. Elias script console. Counter protocol. Hail Vera. Her face patched in. Swarm yours? No. Yours to crush. Vera's fangs bared. Not anger. Alliance. Together. Her interceptors shredded the drones. Debris bloomed silent. Crisis averted. Trust forged. But Elias caught the faint trail. Tarek's wake. Multi-system bound. Hardliners scattered, but seeds sown. Next move's theirs, Mara said. Elias nodded. Ours is procedure. Always. Stars stabilized. Calm endured. High Arbiter Selm thrust the glowing holopad skyward. The treaty's 5th protocol demands it. Kneel before Queen Vera, human, or forfeit alliance. Elias Rourke stood unmoved in the arena's center. Thousands of aliens hissed from tiered seats. Heat lamps baked his skin. He ignored the sweat beading his brow. Original transmission, Arbiter, Elias said. Display it now. Selm's mandibles clicked. He flicked the pad. A hollow scrolled clauses. Line 5 glowed. All envoys shall kneel in fealty upon first audience. Ratified Cycle 472, Sel declared. Cheers erupted. Elias stepped closer. His voice cut clean. Cycle 472 predates our treaty by 17 cycles. Confirm the timestamp. Selm froze. His claws tapped the pad. Irrelevant. Amendment binds. High Arbiter. Elias pointed. Scroll to metadata. Source chain. Murmurs rippled. Selm's eyes narrowed. He summoned the log. Timestamps flickered. Transmission originated Jumpgate Relay 489. Post-treaty. Elias circled the hollow. Your 5th protocol was appended after we signed. Admit it. Selm's frills flared red. Precedent evolves? Does it? Elias halted inches from the pad. Clause 17 of your own code. Amendments require mutual ratification. Ours lack signature. Yours? Silence crushed the arena. Seln's clause retracted. The line postdates by 3 cycles. Gasps echoed. Elias nodded once. Tribunal notes. Admission. Ritual voided. Queen Vera rose from her throne days. Her scaled form gleamed under spotlights. Hold! Her voice boomed via amplifiers. Fangs glinted. Defiance noted. Rourke. But stability demands gesture. Tarek Voss surged from the rival envoy box. Insolence! Purge the logs! Tampered human feed. Guards lunged at the central hollows. Consoles sparked. Erasure protocols whirred. Crowds roared approval. Elias tapped his wrist comm. Captain Dane, now. From the human delegation ledge, Mara Dane yanked her secure link.
She'd punch codes. Backup chain active.
Relaying to public net, her fingers flew. A secondary hollow bloomed arena-wide. Unbidden. Unfiltered. Original treaty scrolled pristine. No Neil line. Timestamp. Cycle 472. Exact. Checksum published, Mara announced. Her voice carried firm. Quantum hash verified. Multi-node witnesses. Earth Central. 3 relays. Vira Prime Archive. Selin staggered. Impossible. Secondary purge. Blockchain immutable, Elias said. Your erase attempt logged. Treason protocol, Tarek snarled. Lies. Human trick! Vera's tail lashed. Arena froze. She silenced all with a raised claw. Enough. Her gaze locked on Elias. Multi-hued eyes pierced. You prove forgery. Clever. Now name your price for submission. Lands? Trade fleet recall? Elias met her stare. No flinch. His fleet orbited beyond scanners. Show of resolve, not threat. Mara stood ready at his flank. Hand near stunner. No price, Majesty. Elias spread hands open. Respect earns respect. Propose reciprocal. Equal standing protocol. No kneel for any envoy. Human, yours or others. Gesture both ways. Visit Earth, you stand tall. We do same here. Whispers exploded. Vera leaned forward, her advisors clustered. Selin hissed clauses. Tarek bolted for an exit tunnel, cloak fluttering. Equal? Vera echoed.
Fangs parted in what humans called a smile.
You equate us? Partners equate, Elias replied. Fear fractures, trust binds multi-systems. She paused. Arena held breath. Shadows stirred in upper tiers. Mara's scopes pinged faint arm signatures. Tarek's allies. Vera drummed claws. Counter-offer. You kneel private. Public right waved. Elias shook head. Public demand was test. Pass with equals. Her laugh rumbled low. Bold. Selin, equal protocol. Trial cycle. Selin bowed stiff. Majesty. Draft. Vera's command snapped. She descended steps. Forearm extended human style. Tentative clasp Rourke. Earnful. Elias gripped firm. Scales cool against skin. Cheers mixed wary hisses. Mara whispered urgent. Tarek's shadows arming. Outer lanes spike. Elias nodded micro. Log. Fleet hold. Tribunal dissolved. Envoys scattered. Vera's voice lingered private calm. Tea later. Explain calm. Shuttle bay hummed. Elias boarded with Mara. Stars streaked void. Alarms blared mid-jump. Rogue drones! Mara punched evasive. Console lit red. Decloaking swarm. Suicide vector. Elias gripped armrest. Counter protocol. Hail Vera. Her face patched grainy. Swarm yours? No, Elias said. Yours to crush. Vera's fangs bared fierce. Together. Her interceptors slashed in. Drones shredded. Debris bloomed silent vacuum. Crisis bent. Trust sparked. But Mara tracked faint trail. Tarek's wake. Multi-system bound. Elias rubbed wrists raw from earlier binds. Seed sown. Ours is procedure. Vera's channel held. Humans endure. Pact reignites dawn. Selin's flawless clauses pinged incoming. Tarek's ship bolted edge. Mara locked pursuit log. Retaliation evidence. Shuttle stabilized. Elias watched void deepen. Calm held. Shadows brewed. Private summons chimed. Vera, again. Land. T awaits. Your resilience. Intrigues. Elias smiled faint. Earned paths, Majesty. Fleet loomed. Guardian. Not aggressor. Negotiations burned bright. Hardliners fractured. Remnants plotted. Resilience waited. Procedure advanced. Arena feeds replayed worldwide. Whispers spread. Old rights crack. Human stands Queen's Court shifted. Equals rose. But Tarek's signal ghosted relays. Crisis multi-system. Next tribunal loomed. Elias leaned back. Always procedure. Mara grinned tight. And backup chains. Stars steadied. Path forged. Alarms shrieked through the palace halls. Elias froze mid-step from the shuttle ramp. Red strobes pulsed across marble floors etched with Vera's crest. Assassination alert. High Arbiter Seln's voice boomed from overhead speakers. Intruder in the throne wing. Human envoy. Detain and execute under emergency protocol. Guards surged forward, plasma lances humming. Captain Mara Dane stepped beside Elias, her hand hovering near her concealed stunner. She didn't draw. Elias raised empty palms. Protocol first, Arbiter. Verify the threat. Selen burst from a side archway, robes flaring, his multifaceted eyes locked on Elias. Precedent demands it. Outsider threats trigger termination. Boss confirmed the breach. Envoy Tarek Voss lingered behind Seln, mandibles twitching in satisfaction. His tail flicked, a tell Elias noted from prior sessions. Mara's wristcom vibrated. She glanced at it, then tapped her earpiece. Security feeds rerouting, give me 10 seconds. Guards closed in. Elias held position, voice steady. Queen Vera summons us. Interrupt at your peril. Vera's throne chamber doors hissed open. The queen strode out, crowned spines erect. Her scaled hide gleamed under lights. Stand down, explained Selm. Selm bowed low. Majesty, Voss's agents detected a cloaked emitter in your antechamber. Human origin. Scans match their shuttle alloys. Emergency powers invoke execution. Voss nodded eagerly. I triggered the alarm myself per duty. The device pulses kill codes. Proof of human treachery. Elias met Vera's gaze. No flinch. Check the feeds, Majesty. Mara projected her wrist hologram. Palace security grids bloomed in midair. Time-stamped, unedited. Live reroute from auxiliary nodes. Watch the antechamber. 2 minutes prior. A holo zoomed. 2 figures in maintenance cloaks slipped through a service duct. Voss's insignia glinted on their belts. One planted a palm-sized emitter pulsing faint red. They retreated as Voss entered frame, nodding approval. Vera's spines flattened. Voss recoiled. Fabrication. Human hack. Log matches your ship's manifest. Mara cut in. Agents Krell and Jira departed your vessel 30 marks ago. Guards seized Voss. He thrashed, venom sacs swelling. Lies. Hardliners demand purity. Seln's eyes widened, scanning the holo. Precedent. Violated. Forgery under Protocol 47 voids emergency powers. Vera silenced them with a claw. She turned to Elias. Your captain exposes my courtier's rot, but crisis lingers. Systems watch. Demand ritual submission. Kneel public, affirm my rule. Where sanctions loom, fleets recall. Multi-system fracture. Elias lowered his hand slowly. No kneel. Execution order stands until rescinded, Majesty. Invoke it, and human response activates. Article 12. Sanctions cascade. Fleet recall from your borders, trade voids. Allies, Kethrim, Zorath, pull envoys. Your stability crumbles. Vera's tail lashed once. She paced, claws clicking stone. Selen hovered, datapad flickering as he cross-referenced clauses. Mara tensed, eyes on guards. Human, Vera said, voice low thunder. You refuse right, yet expose plot. Earn respect without fear? Respect endures procedure. Elias replied. Kneeling buys fear. Partnership builds empires. Detain Voss. Purge his network. Broadcast the feeds. Let systems see truth. Selman cleared his throat. Majesty, Human cites Interstellar Accord Subclause 9b. Sanctions trigger automatic if execution proceeds without tribunal. Voss snarled from guardhold. Traitor. He defies. Silence. Vera signaled. Guards dragged Voss to cells. She faced Elias square. Challenge accepted. End this crisis. No humiliation. No kneel. Prove your procedure stabilizes my realm. Fail, and rights in force. Elias nodded once. Agreed.
First, secure the emitter. Mara.
Mara swept her tricorder. It beeped affirmative. The three more. Service vents. East wing. Voss's frequency. Guards fanned out under Vera's snap. Elias pulled his own datapad linking to fleet comms. Transmit feeds to neutral arbitrators. Kethrim relay open. Selen leaned in, mandibles clicking. Bold. Precedent shifts if unchallenged. Vera watched Elias work. Her eyes narrowed. Not anger. Calculation. Humans, dismantle without blades. Alarms died. Feeds broadcast live across Vera's net. Systems lit with incoming pings. Sorath affirmed. Kethrim pledged observers. Mara returned. Emitter clutched. Disarmed. Voss's print confirmed. Elias pocketed his pad. Network purge next. Selen, your clauses trap hardliners. Voss's allies? Selen hesitated, then scrolled. 12 courtiers. Links to outer rims. Detain them, Vera ordered. Public feed. Chairs scraped as more guards moved. Vera gestured to a side alcove. T. Now, explain this resilience. Elias followed, Mara at flank. Steam rose from iridescent cups, scent sharp, purple. Vera sipped, spines relaxing fraction. Your calm unravels plots, she said. My queenship demands visible submission, yet you stand. Systems murmur. Human equals queen. Equals collaborate, Elias said. Fear fractures. Procedure binds. Selnan entered, bowing. Detentions complete. Feeds viral. Hardliner support drops 40%. Vera set her cup down. Crisis bends, but ritual looms tomorrow. Public tribunal. Refuse kneel, and I test further. Elias met her gaze. Test accepted. Procedure prevails. Mara's calm buzzed soft. She whispered, Fleet confirms. Sanctions on standby. Voss's ship tracked. Multi-system jump. Vera's private channel chimed. A subordinate's voice, Majesty, outer envoy protests, claims human provocation. Shadows stirred. Elias sipped tea. Calm held. Tribunal dawned. Whispers grew. Human endures. Queen adapts. But Voss's ghost signal flickered Mara's scan. Deeper plots brewed. Elias set his cup. Always one step. Vera's fangs gleamed. Intriguing. Show me. Palace hummed alive. Feeds replayed defiance. Systems shifted. Resilience forged ahead. Cell pinged urgent. New precedent. Incoming. Voss allies rally fringe fleets. Elias stood. Counter now. Vera rose with him. Together. Guards parted. Tribunal loomed massive. Crowds gathered via hololinks. Multi-system eyes. Elias walked forward. No kneel in sight. Mara gripped her stunner hilt. Backup ready. Procedure advanced. Crisis teetered. One calm step from fracture. Or packed. Deep scans pinged. Voss's signal strengthened. Incoming transmission. Strike on dawn. Elias's pad lit. Game escalated. Elias strode onto the tribunal platform. Holoscreens flickered alive around him, broadcasting to a dozen systems. Queen Vera waited at the raised dais, her iridescent scales gleaming under spotlights. Thousands of alien eyes locked on, courtiers, hardliners, fringe fleets. Kneel, human Elias Rourke, Vera commanded. Her voice boomed through amplifiers. Seal our accord in tradition, submit, or fracture follows. Elias stopped 5 paces short. He met her gaze, hands open at his sides. No flinch. Mara flanked him, stunner holstered but fingers flexed. With respect, Majesty, Elias said. I propose a 2-step ceremony. Mutual. Preserves your throne. Binds us equal. Murmurs rippled. High Arbiter Selm leaned forward from his podium, claws tapping a data slate. Precedent demands kneel. Outsiders bend. Vera's tail flicked. Speak your steps, diplomat. Public words bind. Elias nodded. Step 1. You extend the royal claw. I clasp it. Pledge aid, alliance. Step 2. I offer the human salute. Palm to chest. Head bowed slight. You mirror it. Reciprocal. No kneel. Authority intact. Hollow feeds zoomed. Alien crowds stirred. A fringe fleet icon blinked red on Elias's peripheral scan. Voss's allies. Bold, Vera said, her fangs parted in calculation. Equals rituals? My court fractures without submission display. Equals collaborate, Elias countered. Fear breeds rivals like Voss. Procedure unites. Selen interjected. Statute 4-7, Keth. Envoys kneel or forfeit floor rights. Elias pulled his revised accord from his pad. Hollow projection bloomed between them. Clauses highlighted. Revised here. Nullify kneel by decree. Add reciprocal salute. Sign now, Majesty. Stabilize your factions. Vera's eyes narrowed. She scanned the projection. Courtiers whispered. Mara's calm buzzed. Elias caught her nod. Voss signal peaks. Dawn strike inbound. Pressure built. Elias held still. Patience his weapon. Vera extended her claw. Long. Serrated. Step 1. Pledge. Elias clasped it firm. Scales cool against skin. Humanity commits. Humanitarian aid. Medships to your outer rims. Food synths for fracturing clans. No strings. Gasps echoed. Hollow chatter exploded. Humans yield resources without kneel. Vera's grip tightened, then released. Aid accepted. Step 2. Elias placed palm to chest, head dipped once. Precise, controlled. Vera hesitated. Court held breath. Then she mirrored. Claw to scaled chest, head low, reciprocal. Thunderous silence broke into roars. Feeds viralized. Queen salutes human. Selen slammed his gavel. Witnessed. But statute, decree now supersedes. Vera snapped. She activated her throne console. Golden script scrolled across hollow screens. Kneel statute nullified. Reciprocal salute protocol enacted. For all envoys. Selen bowed stiff. Law bends, Majesty. Elias extended his pad. Accord ready. Sign, and aid deploys within hours. Vera's claw danced over the interface. Digital seal locked. Signed. Humans gain equal floor rights. Speak in my halls unbowed. Courtiers shifted uneasy. Hardliner icons dimmed on Elias's scan. Support crumbling. Vera rose. She faced her court, voice steel. Heed this. Never corner humans again. They endure. They adapt, provoke, and lose. Mara exhaled soft. Elias caught her eye, relief masked. But his pad lit urgent. Incoming ping. Voss shuttle docks. Armed escort. Claims tribunal sabotage. Elias signed the aid manifest. Shuttles already spooling on his fleet relay. Aid launches now, Majesty.
Stabilize your rims. Vera nodded.
Shrewd. Voss arrives. Test your calm further. Procedure prevails, Elias said. Guards parted. Envoy Tarek Voss stormed the platform, robes swirling. Flanked by fringe enforcers, claws bared. Sabotage. Human defiance mocks the throne. I demand trial. Hollow crowds surged back online. Systems teetered. Vera's tail lashed. Speak, Voss. But under new protocol. Voss sneered at Elias. You poisoned her. Neil refused. Instability proven. Elias faced him level. Aid proves stability. Check your rims. Medships inbound. Voss faltered. His data slate chimed. Feeds confirming launches. Fringe fleets peeled off. Icons green. Selen cleared his throat. Voss, your protests timed with strike signal. Logged. Voss paled. Lies. Mara stepped forward. Scanner out. Signal traced. Your ship, Voss. Multi-system jump logged. Vera's eyes blazed. Treason? Voss backed up. Enforcers wavered. Rally loyalists. Detain, Vera ordered. Guards swarmed. Voss snarled, but cuffs snapped. Elias watched calm. Crisis bent. Vera turned to him. Your resilience saves my rule. What next, human? Elias glanced at his pad. Fleet relay pinged, sanctions lifted, alliance solid. Collaborate, he said. Rims first, but Mara's whisper cut. Voss's ghost signal active. Deeper plot. Queen's inner guard compromised. Elias's jaw set. Tribunal secured. Real threat stirred. Vera sensed shift. The shadows remain? Always one step, Elias replied. Palace alarms hummed low, inner doors sealed. Guards drew blades. Selin pinged frantic. Compromise confirmed. Voss allies in vents. Vera bared fangs. Defend. Mara unholstered. Contingency alpha. Elias drew his own concealed stunner. Diplomat's tool. Calm held. Blaster fire cracked from grates. Shadows lunged. Elias dove. Fired precise. One assailant dropped. Vera slashed another. Claws lethal. Mara covered Elias. Stunner barking. Selin huddled. Slate clutched. Chaos reigned. 10 seconds. Bodies slumped. Silence fell. Elias rose. Unscathed. Clear. Vera wiped ichor. Your kind. Never rage. Just end threats. Determination, Elias said. Mara scanned vents. Empty. Feeds captured it all. Human diplomat fells assassins. Queen stands equal. Systems locked in. Never anger humans. Vaz dragged past, broken. Impossible. Vera sealed the accord chamber. Alliance forged. But Voss spoke of Dawnstrike. Fleet inbound? Elias checked relay. Red blips multiplied. Fringe armada, jumping in. Confirmed, he said. Multi-system crisis peaks. Vera gripped his arm. Together? Elias nodded. Fleet hails. Procedure binds. Hollow screens flared. Incoming armada demands surrender. Mara grinned grim. Our move. Elias stepped to the podium. Calm voice broadcast wide. Game escalated. Resilience charged.